Heyo, what's up? Lazy Durak here. Take your dick in the hand and everything is gonna be alright. Today I wanted to talk about a topic: how to turn bad situations into good ones. Something that pretty much everyone should, well, know or get through. Let's get right into it. We all face challenges, whether it's boring work, stressful study sessions, or everyday struggles, but the secret to growth pretty much is happiness. Or let's say avoiding these moments, the bad moments. It's all about transforming and evolving. So let's dive into it a little bit. Let's talk about the work. How do you enjoy work you don't like or love? Like pretty much every person on this planet. No, just kidding. Not everyone. Not everyone. I guess artists, musicians, artists have a great life. And influencers, oh gosh. Besides the drama. No, but for real. If you're stuck in a data entry, like in a bad spot, a work you just don't like, you just don't get through, one of those most annoying pieces of shit of work that you just want to pass on to someone else, use it as a chance to improve yourself, your focus and speed. If your job involves, like for instance, talking to customers, think of it as a free training for communication skills. Because when you reframe tasks as a training opportunity, you don't just get through them, you grow from them. And over time, that mindset could shift and make even the simplest task feel more rewarding. Like in a kind of online MMORPG. Like leveling up in World of Warcraft, League of Legends, or Rocket League, you know what I mean. Modern Warfare, get a new badge, think about it as badge. Try to visualize the badges you get every time you get a step further in life. You just evolve to the bigger Pokemon that you are. Let's talk about studying difficulties. For me, myself, who studied engineering, this was just pure hell. College degree was kind of okay. High school, of course, easy. But studying engineering was the past, man. Doing things, well, most of it was okay, but maths and physics sometimes took the out of me. So let's talk about learning. Studying tough subjects in your case often feels like a battle. But here's the thing. The brain grows, of course, when it's most challenged. So maybe as a tip, try to break your study sessions into small time chunks, like 25 minutes with a 5-minute break. Go from step to step. When you think about your whole education path, you don't think like, oh, you do this and that's it. No, of course, you go from, like in a study that I have, from semester to semester, you go from step to step, from subject to subject, from task to task, and don't always see it as the big monster that's behind you and wants to eat you alive raw dog. You know what I mean? Then try to reward yourself after finishing a section. And I'm not talking about taking weed or just drinking chunks of beer, but at least try to do it with a little bit of snack or a sweet, maybe, I don't know. Try to find something that does well to you, but that doesn't harm you in a negative way for a long time. I mean, if you want to have a beer after a hard week at the weekend, that's okay. I mean, but if you just melt your brain cells right after it, I would guess that won't really get the progress you actually wanted in the first place. And in the end, and last but not least, treat hard topics like puzzles. Each time you solve a small piece, you get closer to the big picture. Try to remember that. So instead of seeing the material as an obstacle, see it as a gym for your brain. Okay? So next up, turning boring moments into growth. Yeah, very philosophical, I know. What about waiting in line, commuting, or doing chores? Most people waste these moments complaining. But these are pretty much golden opportunities also for yourself. For example, try to use commute time to listen to audiobooks or podcasts, even I do it. When I work on a project like this right now, like when I edit it, I listen to a podcast. I don't even watch TV or streams at all. It just feels for like a waste of time now in my 30s. when I watch a movie, I pretty much do something in between and, pay attention in the background, but focus. Try to, well, it's a kind of a double-edged sword, since I'm actually not picking up everything I should, but on the other hand, I get some bits and pieces while I do my work, and pretty much also I gained some knowledge back then in the background, What also could help is practice mindfulness, so focus your brain while doing repetitive tasks, and suddenly, or maybe, boring moments could transform into personal growth. Isn't that all we want in life? One of those life goals. I should do another video about life goals. Alright. Facing setbacks and failures. We all come during setbacks, of course. Whether it's failing an exam, losing a job, messing up a project, it hurts. But failure is also feedback. So if you can sense what kind of failure you have, maybe you can, analyze it, calculate it, reiterate, and correct yourself. Or maybe get feedback from somebody else. What can I learn from this? What's the hidden opportunity? History is full of people who turned failure into fuel. Let's get philosophical. Thomas Edison once said, he didn't fail, he just found thousands of ways that didn't work. That mindset is powerful. But in the end, he's right. He's always right. That's why he got a massive light bulb in his head. So as a conclusion, how do we turn bad situations into good ones? Try to reframe tasks, see them as opportunities for growth, break challenges down, make them manageable and rewarding, use downtime wisely, turn boring moments into learning or mindfulness practice, see failure, and last but not least, see failure as feedback, a stepping stone, a milestone, and not a dead end. Because in the end, you're improving, and when you look back after all that you've done, you think like, holy crap, I'm actually pretty great. And you are great. Don't let anybody tell you you are not great. Try to remember what you have done in your life. Write it up. Say it to you every day if you're in a bad mood right now. And hell, don't let anybody tell you elsewhere. I think I need to do another motivational video about that. Life won't always be easy, but your perspective can make the difference between feeling stuck and moving forward. So remember, you can always choose your situation, but you can choose your response. And that choice can turn almost any bad situation into something good. So, thanks for watching, you guys. You sexy ass creeps. Hope to see you in the next movie. Is that a movie? It's a video? Whatever. Have a good time. Bye-bye.